Ever wonder what it takes to silence the critics and prove everyone wrong? In the NHL, there's perhaps no better example than Tage Thompson. Talk about a redemption story. This dude went from being labeled a bust to becoming one of the most electrifying players in hockey. Today, we're diving into how this struggling prospect transformed into the Buffalo Sabres franchise cornerstone. Everyone loves a good comeback story, and this one's wild. Thompson went from putting up just 12 points in his first full season to dropping 94 points last year. That's not just an improvement, that's a complete metamorphosis. But what makes this story even crazier is how close it came to never happening at all. We're talking about a guy who was one position change away from potentially washing out of the league altogether. So let's rewind and start from the beginning, because this journey is incredible, and trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why Thompson's story isn't just about hockey. It's about never giving up, even when it seems like the whole world is against you. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, Tage Thompson's hockey journey started with some serious built-in advantages. His dad, Brent Thompson, played in the NHL and is now an assistant coach for the Anaheim Ducks. But being a hockey kid meant consistently moving. We're talking 11 different schools before he even hit college. Talk about building adaptability. Imagine having to make new friends and adjust to new teams almost every year. That kind of experience either breaks you or makes you stronger, and for Thompson, it clearly did the latter. This constant movement could have derailed his development, but instead, it seems to have fueled it. At each stop, he absorbed new perspectives, different coaching styles, and various approaches to the game. By the time he hit UConn, Thompson was already showing signs of something special brewing. Speaking of UConn, this is where Thompson really started to turn heads. This 6'7" forward was doing things that guys his size just shouldn't be able to do. He led the nation in power play goals as a freshman, 14 of them. That's not normal for a freshman, let alone one built like a power forward. His combination of size and skill had scouts drooling. And it wasn't just the goals. His vision, his hands, the way he could protect the puck, it was all next level. The St. Louis Blues liked what they saw and snagged him 26th overall in the 2016 draft. Everyone saw the potential. This kid could be something special. His sophomore year at UConn only confirmed it as he led the Huskies with 19 goals and 32 points in just 34 games. The Blues thought they had their future power forward, but sometimes hockey has other plans. Then came the trade that changed everything. In 2018, Buffalo shipped O'Reilly to St. Louis in a blockbuster deal, with Thompson as the centerpiece coming back. Talk about pressure. O'Reilly goes on to win the Stanley Cup and Conn Smythe with the Blues in 2019, while Thompson, well, he struggled. Hard. Every time O'Reilly scored for St. Louis, the pressure on Thompson grew. Every highlight of O'Reilly lifting the cup was another reminder of what Buffalo had given up. Those first few years in Buffalo, rough doesn't begin to describe it. We're talking 12 points in 65 games in his first full season. The eye test wasn't any better. He looked lost at times, struggling to use his size effectively at the NHL level. Fans were getting frustrated, seeing flashes of potential but never any consistency. Then, just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, a shoulder injury basically wiped out his 2019-20 season. The fan base was running out of patience. Social media was brutal. You know how hockey Twitter can be. And that bust label started getting thrown around, a lot. Every missed shot, every turnover, every healthy scratch was another nail in the coffin of his reputation. Some were already writing him off as another failed prospect in Buffalo's rebuild. Hey, before we get to the turning point in Thompson's story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And drop a comment letting us know if you still believed in Thompson during those tough early years. But here's where it gets good. Before the 21-22 season, the Sabres made a move that changed everything. They shifted Thompson to center. Now, moving a struggling 6'7" winger to center might sound crazy, but sometimes crazy works. The head coach, Don Granato, saw something others missed. Thompson's hockey IQ and vision could be unleashed in the middle of the ice. It was a gamble, but one that would pay off in ways nobody could have predicted. Thompson attacked this opportunity like a man possessed. He spent that summer grinding, working on his skating, fine-tuning his shot, and studying the game. Hours in the gym, endless reps on the ice. He knew this might be his last real shot to prove himself, and he wasn't about to let it slip away. The work ethic was always there, but now it had direction, purpose, and a clear goal. The result? Pure magic. His combination of size and skill at center became a nightmare for opponents. Suddenly, this guy who couldn't crack 20 points was putting up 38 goals and 68 points in the 21-22 season. The transformation was stunning. He was winning battles, controlling the middle of the ice, making plays that had fans out of their seats. It wasn't just numbers either. It was confidence, the swagger returning to his game. But Thompson wasn't done. The next season, he went nuclear. 47 goals, 47 assists, 94 points. Remember that bust label? Yeah, it was officially dead and buried. He was pulling off moves that had fans jumping out of their seats. That 5-goal game against Columbus? Absolutely insane. 4 goals in the first period alone. He became just the second American-born player to score 5 times in a game, joining Mark Pavelich, who did it 39 years earlier. And the highlights kept coming. Between the legs moves, top-shelf snipes, no-look passes, Thompson was showing off a skill set that nobody thought possible during those early struggles. He wasn't just scoring, he was dominating games, controlling play, making everyone around him better. The chemistry he developed with Jeff Skinner and Alex Tuch created one of the most dynamic lines in hockey. The transformation wasn't just about the stats, though. Thompson became the heart and soul of this young Sabres team. His journey from struggling prospect to superstar mirrors Buffalo's own path back to relevance. The city fell in love with him because he embodied everything Buffalo stood for: resilience, hard work, and never giving up. In a city that knows something about tough times, Thompson's redemption story hit home. You could see it in the way fans reacted to him: the Thompson jerseys in the crowd, the roars when he touched the puck, the belief that something special could happen anytime he was on the ice. He wasn't just producing, he was giving hope to a fan base that desperately needed it. Now, Thompson isn't just a player for the Sabres, he's their cornerstone. That 7-year, $50 million contract he signed? That's the Sabres saying, "This is our guy." He's leading one of the most exciting young cores in hockey, alongside guys like Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Power. For the first time in years, there's real hope in Buffalo, and Thompson is a huge reason why. And his leadership style isn't just about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about setting an example, showing up every day ready to work, and never being satisfied. Young players on the team see his journey, see how he overcame adversity, and know that anything is possible with enough dedication. Looking at where Thompson is now, it's almost hard to believe he's the same player who struggled so much early on. He's proof that sometimes all it takes is the right opportunity, a ton of hard work, and the mental strength to push through the tough times. His story is a reminder that development isn't linear. Sometimes it takes a few years, a position change, or just the right situation for talent to truly emerge. And the scary part? Thompson's probably not even in his prime yet. At 26 years old, he's still getting better, still adding new wrinkles to his game. The confidence is there, the skills are there, and now he's got the experience to match it. We could be watching the early chapters of something really, really special. So what's next for Tage Thompson and the Sabres? Could he hit 100 points? Lead Buffalo back to the playoffs? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The Sabres are building something exciting, and Thompson is right at the center of it all. Hey, drop a comment below with your favorite Tage Thompson moment. Was it the 5-goal game, that nasty between-the-legs move against Montreal, the hat trick against Tampa? Let us know. And if you enjoyed this dive into one of hockey's best redemption stories, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We've got tons more NHL content coming your way, breaking down the stories that make this sport so special. Don't forget to click on one of these videos here, and I'll see you in the next one.